Welcome to the School of the Lost Tribes. The Tabernacle, God's dwelling place among His people. The tabernacle was a central element in Israel's worship, representing God's dwelling place among His people. It was a portable sanctuary, meticulously designed according to divine instructions. The tabernacle facilitated Israel's worship of God and served as a visual reminder of His presence with them throughout their journey in the wilderness. The tabernacle constructed by divine command. Exodus 25, 8-9. Then have them make a sanctuary for me, and I will dwell among them. Make this tabernacle and all its furnishings exactly like the pattern I will show you. God commanded the Israelites to build a sanctuary, the tabernacle, where He would dwell among them. The instructions were precise, emphasizing that every detail of the tabernacle's construction was to follow God's pattern, illustrating the holiness and divine purpose of this structure. Exodus 36:1. So Bezalel, Oholiab, and every skilled person to whom the Lord has given skill and ability to know how to carry out all the work of constructing the sanctuary are to do the work just as the Lord has commanded. The building of the tabernacle was carried out by artisans filled with God-given skill. Their craftsmanship followed the exact specifications that God had given Moses, reflecting the importance of obeying God's instructions in worship. Hebrews 8:2-5, and who serves in the sanctuary, the true tabernacle set up by the Lord, not by a mere human being. Verse 2. They serve at a sanctuary that is a copy and shadow of what is in heaven. This is why Moses was warned when he was about to build the tabernacle. See to it that you make everything according to the pattern shown you on the mountain. V5. The tabernacle was not only a physical structure, but also a reflection of heavenly realities. The author of Hebrews explains that the earthly tabernacle was a shadow of the true, eternal tabernacle in heaven, highlighting the significance of its design and purpose. Worship in the tabernacle was divinely ordained in great detail. Exodus 30:7-10. Aaron must burn fragrant incense on the altar every morning when he tends the lamps. He must burn incense again when he lights the lamps at twilight, so incense will burn regularly before the Lord for the generations to come. The daily rituals within the tabernacle, such as the burning of incense, were prescribed by God with exact precision. Aaron, as high priest, was responsible for performing these duties to maintain the holiness of the tabernacle, illustrating the meticulous nature of tabernacle worship. Leviticus 7:37-38. These, then, are the regulations for the burnt offering, the grain offering, the sin offering, the guilt offering, the ordination offering, and the fellowship offering, which the Lord gave Moses at Mount Sinai in the desert of Sinai on the day He commanded the Israelites to bring their offerings to the Lord. God provided detailed instructions for the various offerings to be made in the tabernacle. These regulations emphasized that worship in the tabernacle was not arbitrary, but carefully structured to reflect God's holiness and His people's need for atonement. Leviticus 23:44. So Moses announced to the Israelites the appointed festivals of the Lord. The festivals and appointed times of worship, including sacrifices and offerings, were an integral part of the tabernacle worship system. These festivals, observed according to God's command, structured the communal and national worship of Israel. Exodus 39:1. From the blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, they made woven garments for ministering in the sanctuary. They also made sacred garments for Aaron, as the Lord commanded Moses. Even the garments worn by the priests were made according to God's detailed instructions, underscoring the holiness required in serving at the tabernacle. Every aspect of worship was ordained to reflect God's glory and the seriousness of approaching Him. Numbers 3:30-31. The leader of the families of the Kohathite clans was Elizaphan, son of Uzziel. They were responsible for the care of the ark, the table, the lampstand, the altars, the articles of the sanctuary used in ministering, the curtain, and everything related to their use. The Levites were assigned specific duties within the tabernacle, including the care of sacred objects. This highlights the divine organization of tabernacle worship, where each tribe had a role in maintaining and honoring the sanctuary. Hebrews 9:1. Now the first covenant had regulations for worship and also an earthly sanctuary. The author of Hebrews reflects on the Old Covenant, emphasizing the detailed regulations for worship that centered around the tabernacle. These regulations were integral to the people's relationship with God under the covenant. The people gave generously for the tabernacle, Exodus 36:4-5. So all the skilled workers who were doing all the work on the sanctuary left what they were doing and said to Moses, "The people are bringing more than enough for doing the work the Lord commanded to be done." The Israelites gave so generously for the construction of the tabernacle that they had to be told to stop. This reflects the people's devotion and willingness to contribute to the place where God would dwell among them, demonstrating their gratitude and reverence for God's presence. These passages reveal that the tabernacle was not only a physical structure, but also a carefully ordained system of worship. Every aspect, from its construction to the offerings made within it, reflected God's holiness and His desire to dwell among His people. The tabernacle served as the central place of worship, where God's people could experience His presence and offer sacrifices in gratitude and atonement.